Puji Gurudev started these Bal Vihar classes somewhere in the 50s in Chennai. And one of the most amazing things about Puji Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda is that he wasn't just a saint, he was a visionary. He looked into the times and the trends, and he saw that the stories that usually get told by grandmothers to the kids as they fall asleep were not getting told as often as they used to. The richness of the story of the Ramayana and Mahabharata, fewer people were being holders of them. And so he realized a new way had to be imparted. We couldn't rely on the older traditions, we had to create a new tradition. And so he started Bal Vihar. Maybe he also knew in the Bhagavatam, it is said that as we go further and further into Kali Yuga, the family sizes shrink. So maybe he knew that so many of us would not be living with our grandparents, and so wouldn't get to hear it from them. And so he started Bal Vihar so that this knowledge can be kept in its essence and still passed down. So we saw earlier today the beautiful story of River Ganga flowing from Lord Shiva's matted locks. The river Ganga is not just water. She is the flow of knowledge also. Lord Shiva holds her in his head. All the wisdom that he holds in his head trickles down to anybody who is willing to catch it. Bhagirathi caught it. He was a willing student. He received that flow and it became his own. From Lord Shiva to great Mahatmas, that knowledge flowed. Those Mahatmas imbibed it. Just like when we drink water, it becomes part of who we are. When we imbibe the knowledge, it becomes part of who we are. So when a question is asked, I'm not, no. When I imbibe that knowledge, I don't even have to answer it with my words, I answer it with my being. Those masters then pass it down to the next generation. From Shiva to Shankaracharya, from Shankaracharya to Tapanji Maharaj, from Tapanji Maharaj to Gurudev, from Gurudev to Guruji, to me, to your teachers, to Auntie Shalini and Auntie Purna and Auntie Hema, this knowledge flowed, and from them to you. What you'll learn in these classes started at Lord Shiva's head. It is the wisdom of all of time. And so, my heartfelt thank you to the teachers for imbibing it and passing it down to all of you. The stories contain so much wisdom in them. If we really understand that the mind is faster than the wind, if we really understand that that mind which is faster than the wind, we can control. We have more power than the wind. That mind which is faster than the wind is also heavier than the earth and higher than the sky. That mind we can control. Slowly as we imbibe this knowledge, knowledge is what gives us power. The mind creates our entire world. And so I'm not going to take too much time, but to tell you one small story about the mind. There was a traveler, and as travelers do, he got very, very tired. And he saw this huge tree and thought, what a nice place to go and sit in the shade and stretch my tired legs. And he didn't know that this wasn't an ordinary tree. This was a very special tree. So when he sat down underneath that tree, and he thought, I'm so tired. I wish I had a big fluffy bed. Bing! There was a big fluffy bed. He was so excited to have such a huge fluffy bed that he jumped into it, put his head on the pillow, and fell asleep. When he woke up on this huge fluffy soft bed, when we wake up, what do we feel? Because tired is over, we already fell asleep.
Hungry.
Now he was starving. His stomach was making so many noises, and he had been traveling, and now that he's well rested, he thought, I wish I had such a big meal to eat. I want a dosa that is as big as me.
Huh?
Ding!
How did that?
There was a dosa that was as big as him. And his eyes became so big looking at such a huge dosa, and he didn't even wash his hands before he just started eating everything. And then he thought, I wanted a bed, I got a bed. I wanted the dosa, I got the dosa. What if a huge ferocious tiger comes and eats me up? Uh-oh. Whatever he thought came true. So the minute he thought of a huge ferocious tiger, guess what came in front of him?
The tiger. The tiger.
And it,
Ate it. Up. Alive.
what he was sitting under was
A magical tree.
a wish-fulfilling tree. And each one of us have something that is wish-fulfilling. What could it be?
Knowledge.
What could each one of us have that makes whatever we think come true?
Knowledge.
Knowledge doesn't make whatever we think come true, does it? No. What makes whatever we think come true? Somebody hand up. Our parents, no, sometimes our parents make sure that our wishes don't come true. Yes.
The will to make it come true.
The will to make it. Even the tiger? Did the guy will the tiger to come? Yes?
Mine.
Yes. Perfect. That is the perfect answer. Our mind makes whatever we think come true. Therefore, Gurudev started these Vihar classes to help us to know how to use our minds. Because if we think of a big fluffy bed, that's what we will get. And if we keep thinking of ferocious tigers, that's what we will get. So thank you once again to my beautiful, lovely teachers. Thank you to all the parents for supporting the mission by sending the children and by encouraging the culture, the value, traditions, and knowledge. And we are already very, very late for our dinner. So they've already said Shanti mantras, but we'll just say Purnamada. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya